Guys, one of the things we're going to talk about next is this MSNBC panel that you see right here on your screen. You see Reverend Al Sharpton. You see a couple of fucking goofballs. And what you're starting to see from the left is they're starting to panic. Why? Inflation. Everything when it comes to Joe Biden has went to straight shit. And the inflation numbers for today was just released, which we'll get into in a little bit. It's 8.5%. Another 40-year record high. Inflation is through the roof. The food index is 25%. Gas is up 60%. And I think the leftists are starting to learn that their methods are wrong. And how do I know this? If you take a look right here. When you look at this poll, the economy is the number one thing a lot of people are worried about. Now, we are way more worried about it than the leftists. We're at 90%, they're at 68%. But make no mistake about it. This economy is something that the libtards are seeing. The liberals, even the dumb ones, are starting to realize this Joe Biden thing is not working. It's not working out. I'm going to show you guys this NBC panel because this spells good news, in my opinion, for the upcoming midterms. No, just sandwiches. Exactly, Kira. That's just the tip. Yes. Let's get to this. I'm going to show you guys this. I want you to hear the reactions.
She's concerned the far left of the party is opening them up to being branded socialists. There's also the issue. So
now all of a sudden they're worried that the far left is leaving them branded as socialists. They're saying the subway attacker is 5'5". Tim says they're saying the subway attacker is 5'5". I told you he was Hispanic. Lizette, where you at? Lizette, where you at? That's 100%. If he's 5'5", 100% it's either Asian or Hispanic, and Asians don't do shit like this. Asians are busy learning math. Hispanic, got him. There you go. Yeah, those food stamps are running out quick for him these days. So now these people are confused. They're like, these people are going to think we're socialists. Well, yeah, since you ran on policies that were socialist.
Issue of crime. Some cities controlled by Democrats have DAs who won't prosecute certain offenses. There's also an assault on free speech from the left.
This is MSNBC telling the truth about crime and the assault on free speech and the economy. MSNBC is actually telling the truth for once.
Hurting the party.
He said Arab could be 5'5". Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess that's probably true as well. We're not done here. We got a few of these.
Lauren Leader's with us. She's the co-founder and CEO of All In Together, a nonpartisan women's civic and political organization. Lauren, you have some...
Troy said, I just got back from the store, spent $200. I just got the necessities. Yeah, no, I did the same thing. My grocery bill is about $1,000 a month right now. And there's only 2 of us and a dog.
Polls, the top issues for the midterm elections. For Democrats, what are they? What did you find?
Prices, the economy. I mean, it trumps every other issue, and it trumps it not just for Democrats, for Republicans, for voters of color, really right across the board. And it's not even close. By double digits, it's the most important issue.
And you break it down between men and women. How well is the economy working for you? This is interesting.
Women, particularly, the economy is not working well for them. 58% of women say that the economy is personally not working well for them, that they are worried about the impact of prices on their ability to support their families, to pay for basic necessities.
It's so cool to see the left actually talk about this. It's strange to see them talk about it. Trump. We'll talk about Trump very soon, John. I'm a DeSantis guy. I love Trump. Trump's good, and don't get me wrong, if it's Trump versus Biden, I'm going Trump. But I honestly think DeSantis is the better option for us. We'll talk about a reason why in here in a little bit. But either way, I'm not against Trump. But I do know that he's a man that wanted to affect our Second amendment with red flag laws and wanted me to get the poison jabbed into my body. But we'll leave that alone for now. Get back to this. Okay, that one's done. So I just want you to hear this because it's rare that we get to hear the left talk about this. It's rare that we get to hear the left talk about this at all. Everybody's pumped up about the economy like they should be, right? They should be.
But if all those employed people can't buy groceries, we have a serious problem.
That's kitchen table, too.
Putin,
It's kitchen
yes.
table, but Mika, it's more than just messaging. It's more than whether or not Democrats have a slogan that says Democrats deliver. It's what are we actually going to do to...
Cat food is $1.29 a can. You know, we never knew a whole lot about KD. Every day, KD, a case of beer is $25. That's insane, brother. Yeah, I mean, my fifth of Crown was 30, so I get it. 35, I think. KD every now and then lets us know little things about him. Like, I think in the last stream, we learned that he was a young liberal progressive. Now we've learned, with KD's latest post, he's also a gay man. You can't tell me that's not a gay man. Oh, is that what it is? Oh no, that's the wrong post. That was the wrong post. Oh, here, it's that post. That post right there. Not the dollar store post. That post. Ain't no reason a grown-ass man should know how much cat food is. Cats are a chick's pet, man. Well, we determined last time, Katie, that you were young and progressive, a liberal. Now we've learned you're gay. You have a cat. You know how much cat food is. Exactly, hanging there. He's like, cats are not gay. That's what a young gay man would say. There you go, John. But he isn't wrong. No, he's not wrong. Cat food is getting expensive. KD is not gay. He's a video game sexual. That's probably true.
Intervene to try to lower prices, lower inflation until people see that happen and feel it in their pocketbooks.
Sometimes
I don't think the messages matter.
Sometimes it's a problem.
It's a problem.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm sure you're dealing with the problem because let's remember that all of this happened while the Democrats were in power. You told us to put you in power.
Bam! Do you hear Al Sharpton? He's saying, listen to what he just said. All of this happened while Democrats were in power. He says, do you not see cat food prices when you go to buy dog food for your dog? Yeah, you got me there. Not too bad. That was a good comeback. But do you hear this? This is liberal media. Al Sharpton on TV saying Democrats did this. Not Vladimir Putin, not Donald Trump. He is starting to look like Geraldo. But they're clearly saying this is Joe Biden. This is the Democrats. Now, I didn't see the video with all the cats in bags along the road in China. Don't say that. KD will go running out of here. Oh, my cats! Oh! Never donating again, JB.
We put you in power, and now I can't afford the life I'm living. You've got to tell me how you're going to deal with that, because I put you in power there to understand me, not to preach to me.
Joe,
valid point. Definitely a valid point. So as you can clearly see, these motherfuckers are starting to. It's starting to come to them. Now watch this shit. This is where they go talking about white woke Democrats, guys. So if you're black or if you're anybody in here, I've been saying, I'm not even mad at you. It's the liberal white cucks I'm the most mad at. Listen to them now. Yeah, exactly. Unbelievable. The truth from MSNBC. This is insane. They're about to add some more. Hanging Arizona says, I have a pug now. I can't throw rocks at KD. I get it. I got a beagle. I felt somewhat gay when I first got my beagle, but now I love my beagle, so it's awesome. There's all kinds of videos of people jumping off buildings in China at Rumble. No, there are. No, I know what's going on with that. No, they locked him down. Did you see the video where like the drone was flying and it said you're going to have to fight the urge to chase your freedom and stay locked down? It's insane, right? You're crazy if you think liberals will learn anything from this. They won't. No, I agree with that completely. But let's listen to this. Wait till you hear this one.
And Rev, I want to talk to you about a real blind spot that a lot of Democrats in the Beltway in D.C. have.
Race is about to be brought up.
That you don't, and you've been warning about. But let's just say it right here, and let me say it slowly for my Democratic friends in Washington, D.C.
Here we go.
Black voters are more conservative than you are. White woke leaders in Washington, D.C., Hispanic voters are more conservative than you are. White woke leaders in Washington, D.C., Asian American voters are more conservative than you are. White woke voters in Washington, D.C., and they're more conservative on crime. They're more conservative on education. They're more conservative on, quote, these woke issues.
They're going after them.
Of Twitter. I'm telling you. And Rev, if you look at Biden runs against 15 progressives. Biden's the only moderate. Biden wins. We've said it time and again. Eric Adams runs as a conservative. He wins Brooklyn. He wins the Bronx. He wins Staten Island. Surprise. He wins Queens as a conservative, as a centrist Democrat. Can you please? I know you've done it a lot.
No.
Can you explain to white woke leaders? Can you explain to them that they're not only losing white dudes in the upper Midwest, they're losing people of color?
Wow. To see MSNBC come out here and say it's the white woke liberals that are the problem. Now, listen, there's a lot of problems. But I'm shocked. I am shocked that they're even admitting this on television. The left is starting to eat the left.
They're losing people of color because they really don't get the people of color's life. If you are living in a city, in a neighborhood that is inundated with crime, and you act like that is not an issue, you've already lost me. That is an issue. Yes, we must deal with policing. I've been out front of that. But you cannot ignore when 12-year-old kids who somebody's niece and neighbor is killed, and you act like that's a non-issue because you're too elitist to live on the ground.
Oh, man. Liberals are taking some L's on that one, right? Issues that should be a high priority. You see it right here. They got the economy number 1, inflation number 2. Now, here's the thing, though. Do I think liberals are all of a sudden going to start, voting Republican? No. But what I do think is that some of them that were so gung-ho, we need to get Trump out, blah, 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 I think they sit at home next time. I think they'll sit at home next time, especially for 2020, 2022. Let's be honest here. Liberals really only vote, for the most part, in the big election. Your typical Tyrone isn't going to go vote for governor or anything like that. Not for the most part, right? Let's call it like it is. Somebody give him the coof. Exactly. So I wanted to show you that. Because I think what we're seeing from the left is panic. I'm looking at the polls. Let me show you guys the polls. I was looking at the polls from Pew Research earlier. Let me go ahead and show you. When will they go after classism instead of phantom racism and everything? That's a good question. Good question. Like, you can tell Troy has something. You could tell Troy has some inner animosity towards Al Sharpton. I also think Al Sharpton's a piece of shit. But he's like, I'm not focused on the point of it. He's like, I just hate Al Sharpton and I'm going to say it. Pay your taxes, Al. Pay your taxes. Who cares about it? Are you going to vote, JB? I vote every time. Every single time since I got my voting privileges back. That's the thing. I vote and I carry. Once I got my privileges back, I take advantage of both. Got to. And once you get them restored. Oh, and for who? When it comes to what? President? When it comes to president, I'm a Ron DeSantis guy. But I know it'll end up being Trump and Biden, so obviously Trump. Well, Trump and somebody else. They said he was a male black ABC. A male black? Oh, local? It definitely will not be. I've already made it clear that if Stacey Abrams becomes governor, I'm leaving Georgia. If Stacey Abrams becomes Georgia governor, I'm leaving Georgia. Right now, Kemp's still the man, so we're good there. Herschel Walker's out here making some noise. I still don't think I would vote for Herschel Walker, though. He doesn't seem very smart to me. Where's Troy at? Troy went silent. So they said it was a black male on NBC. That's crazy. Let me see if I can pull that up. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that. Okay. Identity of New York subway shooter. Let's see if we can find that. All they have, 16 injured, 10. All they have is a description. They say it's not been confirmed, but investigators are combing through videos and speaking to witnesses to help track him down. They say he's a man, 5'5", 170 pounds. I'm still not seeing the race. Hopefully I'll get a little bit more as we go on. So I did a survey the other day on the phone. I had a woman laughing her ass off with the question she was asking me. There you go. Yeah, I'll keep my eyes open for that. I don't like somebody that talks out both sides of his mouth, JB. I don't blame him. No, but did he? Okay, did he talk out of both sides of his mouth there? Right? And I agree with you. But here's the thing, man. Like, if we're never... All right. I guess I look at things a little different. So do you just want the left to keep lying, I guess? Do you see what I'm saying, Troy? Like, I hate Al Sharpton. I think he's one of the biggest pieces of shit in the history of our earth, of our country at least. But I want him to tell the truth like we saw today. Right? I want that to be there. So, you know. So I don't know what to do. Like, so I guess, so if he just stayed lying, he wouldn't be talking out of both sides of his mouth. Does that make sense? So it seems to me like that's what you're advocating for, is for him to just stay lying so he's not talking out of both sides of his mouth. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But what I want to show you here is taking a look at some of the polling. You can clearly see some of the issues that matter. Strengthening the economy, healthcare costs, dealing with coronavirus, that's one of the things. Improving education, Social Security. Here, reducing crime. A lot of these issues through the Biden administration are not getting handled. My thing is he says one thing and does another. Al Sharpton does? I think he, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. He's just always seemed like a racist scumbag to me. So I don't know. I think that's just, I don't know. Like, I've never heard him say he was going to do something and be like, damn, you know what? Al Sharpton didn't do what he said he was going to do. I've never had that moment. So I don't, maybe you're right. I don't know. Like, I've never like counted on Al Sharpton to do anything. He's just always a racist piece of shit. So I've never really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. CNN just posted Philadelphia is reinstating. No, that's been there for a few days. Philadelphia's back to mask mandates. Yeah. So we got that going on. Now, yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw this, right? Because I think this economy is going to be the issue. I'm not a fan of Sharpton. Well, no, I don't think anybody's a fan of Sharpton. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if people are understanding my perspective here. I'm not a fan of Sharpton. But I can cheer it on if he's going to tell the truth. I'm not a fan of MSNBC. But I enjoyed it watching them tell the truth about the Biden administration today in those videos. We need that. Because it should be a sign that the Biden administration is going so badly, even liberals are like, hey, what the fuck is going on here? Right? That's all I'm saying. As I can admit somebody is right about something without liking them. You know what I'm saying? Do you think reinstating of mandates are to do elections coming up? To do mail-in voting again? I wouldn't be surprised. Fauci just said that we should get another uptick of things in the fall, right? Fauci's been silent as buck. Now he's like, come the fall, things are going to uptick again. We're going to have to get some regulations in order for the fall. Hold on. You mean the same fall that November 4th falls on? Oh, awesome. So the answer to your question is, Tracy, yes, I think that's probably I think that's a valid point. Biden tries to get ahead of more dire inflation news and already blaming Putin. This is yesterday. Psaki warned us of extraordinarily elevated prices rises. That was yesterday. Now let me show you today. That was yesterday. We got the warning. Now here's today. Inflation. Consumer prices rose 8.5% in March, slightly hotter than expected and the hottest since 1981. Every single week. Exactly, John. We'll get to the Putin thing here in a minute because they're already setting it up for the election. I'll talk about that here momentarily. So inflation is now up 8.5%. Again, it was 7.5% added last month. So now it's up another 8.5% and it's another record. I'm seriously thinking of moving to Thailand. That's not a bad choice. So as you can see with this right here, headline CPI in March rose. You know what? Let's just do it this way. Let's just do it this way. This will be the best way to do it.
And the March inflation report came out just minutes ago, and inflation broke another 40-year record. I was just thinking, this is a record broken since most of the people in our newsroom have been born. Business correspondent Marley Caton is here breaking down all the numbers for.
By the way, I want to say this again. You know, I ran about age a lot. Why is everybody in your newsroom under 40? Why is everybody in your newsroom under 40? What the fuck do they know about news? Stop. Jesus Christ. One of the things about news that matters is you got to be able to follow trends. And yeah, you can report news if you're young. You can report what they tell you to report. But one of the things about doing this every day is I am a lot more accustomed to certain things than you are or than other people are. Like I just showed my girl Libs of TikTok earlier today. She'd never heard of it, never seen it. She's not on social media and shit. But what I'm saying is when you do this every day and you do it for years upon years upon years, someone that's been in the news business for, let's say, 20 years, that may be 40 years old, Like, that seems like a more of a professional for this type of thing than some 20-year-old that just looks good on camera. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just bitter.
And I'm trying to see if I was right or if we needed to think about a different number. I'm really curious.
We were both very close. You guys don't know, but we guessed during the commercial break. We did our own economic forecasting. We both guessed right in the 8.6 range. It came in at 8.5, 8.5%. Wow. We were very close. Prices kept rising last month in America, pushing what's called our headline inflation to a level we've not seen since December of 1981. March year-over-year inflation hit 8.5%. That's up from 7.9% in February. Prices for gas, food, and housing, those are considered necessary.
Look at that shit. Look at that shit.
Spending drove the March price increases. And for the 12 months ending in March, gas prices are up a whopping 48%.
Year over year. 48% for gas prices, 10% for groceries is what they're saying just from last March to this March.
Grocery prices leapt 10%. That's the biggest year-over-year increase since 1981. And this report also includes month-to-month changes. From February to March, nearly every category of goods and services got more expensive. Gas jumped 18.3% and accounted for more than half of the...
That's just since last month. Just since last month. Gas prices up 18.3% and groceries up 1.5%. That's just a month.
Price hikes. Grocery costs jumps 1.5%. That's the sharpest one-month increase since 1990, other than during the pandemic-induced price surge 2 years ago. And Adrian, coming up at the top of the hour, we'll discuss what has investors concerned and how it could impact the economy, as well as breaking down some more of the numbers in the report.
Okay, we look forward to that. Thank you so much. It's better to be informed at this point. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of News Nation.
Jesus, man. This is getting brutal. Economy is it's just brutal. I understand why MSNBC is freaking out. There's a lot here. It's going to be hard for me. I want a UFO too. It's going to be really hard for Democrats. Listen, there's only, I get it. Democrats are dumb people, but there's going to be a point where these motherfuckers have to see things for what they are. Biden approval rate dips to lowest point ever in new CBS poll. His new approval rating is just 42%. Obviously, one of the worst numbers you'll see. And of course, Democrats, just so you understand, Democrats see what's going on and they're predicting a bloodbath in 2022. No, it is what they get, 100%. Daily Beast is a Democrat organization. Democrats fear 2022 bloodbath. Toy with going for broke now on infrastructure. That's exactly right. What's up, Saucy Time? Good to see you, brother. So currently, what we're seeing here, obviously, record inflation, 8.5%. Even the libtards, as I showed you with MSNBC, they're seeing things for what they are. And they're actually speaking truth for once. You know why? Because it's starting to hurt their pockets as well. Here's the reality. The people that are getting food stamps and welfare, they're not going to complain at all. Because let me tell you something. If you're not the one buying the steak, do you really notice how much the steak costs? If you're not the one buying the coffee creamer or the whatever, do you really know how much it costs? No. So food stamp people, welfare people, they don't really know. They really don't see the rise in food because they're not working for it. You and I may look at our receipt and check it. And, do you see my point? They don't. They don't care about it. The only thing they look at their receipt for is to see that EBT balance at the bottom of it. That's all they care about. That's all they look for. So what does a guy want on his birthday? Let me tell you. Where the hell that come from? Oh, he was talking to Martina. I'm making him a pillow for his gaming chair at the moment. Harry Potter. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, what? No. Hold on. Whoa. Ladies, don't you ever feel cheap when it comes to getting your men birthday presents, because most of the time you're spending our money. You understand that if my girl came to me and was like, I didn't get you nothing for your birthday, I'd be like, yes, you just did. Yes, you did. By not spending any of my money, you just gave me something on my birthday. I realize I'm not meant to be a YouTuber, so now I'll just enjoy watching, says Chad. What happened? What happened with your... What was you trying to do up there, Saucy Time? I remember kids getting free lunch, getting reduced lunch for 10 cents, and my mom and dad's made too much, and I had to pay the full price. No, I remember. I understand. Remember when they had like the little food stamp, not food stamps, but the free lunch cards, and they used to puncture holes and that shit? I was poor when I was a kid, so I actually had one. No, it's not stupid. Hell no, it's not stupid making him something. What's stupid is when females spend our money on us and then be like, look, I got you something for your birthday. Hell no, you didn't, bitch. You put me in debt. A woman come up and she's like, I got you $1,000 in tools. What? Bitch, if I wanted $1,000 in tools, I would have bought $1,000 in tools. Now, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. We reviewed hot sauces mostly. Well, maybe it's just that, Chad. Maybe the hot sauce review just isn't what, If you want to be a YouTuber, just think of some other things. I could have told you right off the jump that hot sauce reviews probably wasn't going to, you know what I'm saying? Because you need a bigger audience to grow. Or you need something that people's constantly looking up. let me give you an example. I've never Googled a review for hot sauce. Is it hot? Yes. Is it sauce? Yes. Give it to me. They look like blue business cards. Yes, exactly right, Troy. I remember when I was a kid, I saw a black kid saying free lunch, and they got it. So I started also and got my free lunch. My mom was pissed when she found out. That's funny. That is funny. That's good shit. All right. Here, first song I'll play. I'm going to take my second smoke break, and then we'll probably go about another hour. I got a few stories to do here. I used to get cheese whiz sandwiches for lunch. I can't even look at that shit now. You know what I liked here's the one thing about being young and poor that I did like. And anyone that's ever been poor and got this, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Government cheese. I'm talking about when they had the blocks of it. Like, it was kind of like it was better than the Velveeta shit. The blocks of government cheese was the greatest shit in the world. This is a long time ago. I don't think they do the blocks of government cheese and shit anymore. Chad says, right, it was just not the hot sauce community. It was a Juggalo channel. Yeah, it's too much shit mixed up. You got to niche it down, Chad. Niche it down. Email me, brother. I'll help you out with whatever you need to know. thejbgunner@gmail.com, Chad. Email me. I'll give you any advice you possibly want. Jelly Roll, heaven has a smoking section. That's a good one. What's up, Bernie? Good to see you, brother. Let's see here. Jelly Roll is the man. Yeah, let's see here. Hopefully it's long enough. It is. Cool. All right, guys, I'm going to play this song, and I will be right back here.